Tip-off here, it's going to be Ari Creighton up against number 14, Sarah Carr for Latrobe University. Here we go. The tip-off's underway with Zoe Shanahan for UWA Maali. Jameson into the keyway. Steps easily into the lane. Nice little step through too to start things off.
That's a great start for UWA, getting a score on the first possession.
Early score here as Latrobe look to respond. So dish the ball, slow the tempo down. I thought they were going to play some higher tempo basketball here. To the 45, big three-ball opportunity. And it's drained by number 2, Kayla Vitale. Score now 3-2 in favour of Latrobe. Ball with UWA. Sydney Mears, the aforementioned, stepping away through the key. Loses the balance a little bit. Unable to score as it comes back now the other way of Latrobe. What can the Eagles do? Can they extend this lead on the 3-ball? Comes off the back iron. Nice sort of hands on defensive glass there from Crichton and Mears as Shanahan comes through. Great deep dish piece into Jenna Teasdale. Unfortunately, the bucket doesn't go down. Mears!
Great follow from Sydney there.
Mears did a nice 2-ball. We talked about Mears going for the 3-ball, potentially more in this game. How do you see her game shaping up also from the interior?
Well, because Latrobe have lost that interior presence, like you mentioned, they might look to attack the paint a lot more. But in the end, that'll probably open up the perimeter shot. But from the very beginning here, they might, look to score in the paint.
Speaking of Latrobe in the interior, nice little turnover there.
Yeah.
Hand in the passing lane. That is number 13, Talia D'Agostino, opening her account. Jameson now passing in. Creighton, back to Jameson, little 2-woman game action, almost pays off. Whistle on the play.
That's great ball movement.
So Sydney Mears to inbound it. Passes in. Oh, nice little pass back action, almost gets the LJ spot. 2-ball. Not to be off the side iron. Latrobe will come back with it. Driving into the corner. Dish out to the corner. Big 3-ball opportunity. And it's drained.
Shooting a lot from the 3. And as we mentioned earlier, lost that interior presence. Now they're starting to score from the perimeter.
Okay. And that was a statement bucket there from Kayla Vitale for the Latrobe University Eagles. Can Jenna Teasdale now make a difference in the score? A nice spin cycle and draws the contact on the way through.
Great move. That's an excellent move.
Now, Jenna Teasdale was a bit quiet last week in last week's game here at UWA Sport and Recreation Centre. She's definitely firing early.
Yeah, well, that's what you need, If you've had a rough game or a rough outing, you need to come out aggressive, looking to change that.
Indeed. And you touched on before about the sort of lack of interior presence or the missing interior presence of Talia Leeson for the Eagles. Maybe it could be an opportunity for Jenna Teasdale to capitalise.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Look like they'll get another bite of the cherry here. Another player I want to talk about is the inbounder, Imogen Eames. Who, came up pretty big from the 3-ball last game. Starred against University of Newcastle. 3 from 6 from the 2 and 2 from 9 from the 3. So she has an opportunity here to lift from the 3. Creighton. Nice little scoop shot in the middle under pressure. Doesn't go. Latrobe will come back with the ball. Oh, the aforementioned Imogen Eames with a hand in the passing lane. Almost a nice little spawn trap there for the Maali. As Latrobe look to respond in the interior. Contact on the play. A foul will be against Creighton on Talia D'Agostino, who's made a bit of a presence early in the game.
Yeah, definitely. She's moving the ball well. She's making the right decisions whether to shoot or pass. And she's playing very poised and controlled at the moment. So one to keep an eye out for throughout the rest of the game.
And nice 3-ball earlier attempt and then faking it this time and going on the interior to draw the contact. So maybe that could be a possibility where D'Agostino is going to step up as the captain of the team to fill that void potentially being left by Talia Leeson.
Yeah.
She nails both free throws. The score is now 10 plays 6 in favour of the Eagles. Can the Maali respond? No. It's a hand in the passing lane. Another turnover for the Latrobe University Eagles. And Kayla Vitale, another impact player earlier in this game. And turnovers providing a bit of an issue early for the Maali.
Yeah, Latrobe is doing a great job of getting the hands in the passing lanes, not allowing easy passes. So that's something UWA will need to lock in on and take care of the ball.
If it keeps happening, there might be a timeout from Coach O'Brien. Imogen Eames stepped through off the front iron into the mid-range. Damasi gets the board. Eames for three. Doesn't quite go down. Should be looking to drop a few of those in this game as the Eagles come back on transition. Oh, great two-woman pass game into the low post. That is number 14, Sarah Carr, with the bucket there. Damasi. Eames now on the point. Zoe Shanahan rotating the ball around the perimeter. Or so we thought. Three ball. Ari Creighton almost makes it, but a nice offensive rebound from Damasi to Shanahan. Bit of rare air there for Shanahan as it goes back the way of the Eagles.
That was unlucky there. That was a good shot selection.
Speaking of shot selection, that bobbled in and out. Sarah Carr with the offensive board, and again, third chance point off the glass.
Latrobe are doing a great job of fighting for O boards. They've gotten a couple on these last few possessions.
Indeed. Second and third chance points being a factor here early as well. Eames from the mid-range, beautiful shot.
Needed that one, definitely. Latrobe going on a bit of a run.
Yeah. You can see, even though Eames hasn't been perfect from the field, she's definitely trying to take on that role of leadership without title for the Maali. As the DJ calls for defense. Kick out to the corner. D'Agostino. Massive three ball.
Trobe doing an excellent job of driving and kicking, finding open shooters.
Yeah. Need to find those open shooters for high percentage opportunities. The more high percentage opportunities you find, the more the buckets are going to drop. Speaking of high percentage opportunities. A great three ball there from Jenna Teasdale. So we have the famous videographer Eric Paul Goldie in a bit of communication with us here at the commentary desk. But that was a massive three ball from the point from Jenna Teasdale. D'Agostino now. Another kiss off the window. It seems to be a bit of a theme on that sort of far side of the low post for the Eagles.
Yeah. Every time they get in the paint, their eyes are always up looking to find someone who's open.
Indeed. Shanahan now. Eames. Creighton. Oh, gets a pocket picked as there's a whistle on the play. Let's see.
Substitution made for UWA.
So as we heard the court announcer there, Keisha Chung coming on for the UWA Maali, as well as Lena Anwari. As they're in that 10-point bubble now, but the possession is with the Eagles. Can UWA get a stop here and protect this 10-point bubble? Driving into the short corner, nice dish out to the point. Oh, almost a great pass, looping pass into D'Agostino in the keyways. Let me check that jersey number. That is Eleanor Bollands, who almost received the pass in the keyway. Not to be. So UWA get the stop they need. Can they eat into this deficit? Demand leak. Tries to find a way to the bucket. High percentage shot for Eames off the front iron. That seems to be a bit of a theme for Eames, like looking for that three ball.
Yeah, he's definitely taking the right shots, just not falling at the moment. Keep shooting them, eventually they'll keep going down.
Indeed, yeah. If you keep taking those high percentage shots, the cellophane will come off the bucket at some point. Now, ball back with Latrobe University Eagles. Bollands. Out to the 45. Bollands gets it back again for another kiss off the window. Hot potato, more ball movement into the low post.
Trobe doing an excellent job of finding people open.
Oh, speaking of an excellent job.
Very strong pick from Maya. Great save.
And one. Maya Demand League, who has been kind of precarious by her absence, but she's arrived back here in the UBL. Also of Perth Redbacks fame as well. And converts the extra. 14 plays 23 in favour of the Latrobe University, the LTU Eagles. As Claudia He with some great hip-hop dance moves in the point. Speaking of the point, nice little shot there. Comes back to He, drives the lane, puts it up off the glass, and there was a bit too much room for her there in the lane there.
Yeah, it's like the seas just parted.
Indeed. Great analogy there. The seas did part. As Nwari gets trapped, spawn trapped by He in the backcourt, and almost another bucket there, but not to be.
Unlucky there, but Latrobe is doing an excellent job of applying pressure in the backcourt.
100% there. Nwari. Sydney Mears. Oh, and a contact on the play there. The aggressor being Sarah Carr in the keyway. Fourth team foul, according to the court announcer as well. Sydney Mears will take the inbound. Chung. Nice little cross dribble. Finds her way through. Hugo weaving her way through. The bucket doesn't drop though. DeManley gets blocked as well. Brick wall defense from the Eagles. Second by the Cherry. Nice pivot through. Tries to step through, does DeManley, and there's finally drawing the contact on the play.
So hard there. Hopefully she's okay.
She has gone down fairly heavily and hasn't come back up yet. It's again Sarah Carr involved in the play there on the keyway on the Eagles' defensive end. Defending quite well there, so I'm sure Sarah Carr's also hoping that DeManley is okay. Great competitive basketball between those two at the moment.
Yeah, Maya especially coming off the bench, she's been very aggressive. She's looking to score the ball every time, and hitting bodies hard, it's going to come at a cost. Hopefully it's nothing bad. Hopefully she can return to the game.
Cool. She's been helped off the court now by Ella DeManlig as well, so we hope she's okay. Teasdale back onto the court. He will take the free throws. First one drops. Second one drops. The lead back to 9 points. As He looks to take on Chung down the court. Nice pass off there. That's Jada Reid, the aforementioned, who scored 18 points out of 23 from the 3 ball against the Watu. He deep into the shot clock. Spin cycle in the lane. Puts it up off the back iron. A nice defensive rebound by Keisha Chung. Chung, bounce pass into Teasdale. Nwari, great ball movement from the UWA Maali to find the open corner. And an offensive board now.
It's a great board.
Chung all over the place on both ends. Mears, Nwari, shot clock to single figures. Chung puts it up from the land of plenty.
No better way to finish the play than that. Hustle board, open 3, bucket.
And that is, Keisha Chung is just money at the moment for the Maali. Defensive rebounds, offensive rebounds, and a big 3 ball.
Providing the exact energy they needed off the bench.
100%. Points from the bench being important. Reid now. Can they respond? Carr from the corner. The rebound, so to speak, doesn't go either for the putback. And a nice little floater off the glass. That still doesn't go as the shot clock expires. They managed to get the shot up in time through Emily Maltezos. Can UWA respond now? Almost an errant pass from Mears. Nwari looking for options. Eames has time to get a massage before putting that up. Misses the 3 ball off the back iron. And there's a foul on Chung.
Just got to keep shooting them. Got to keep shooting them.
I think you touched on this point earlier. If Eames keeps finding herself open in the perimeter and keeps shooting them, eventually they're going to drop.
100%. You can't allow yourself to lose confidence if you lose a couple,
She's going to have to wait, though. She's been substituted off for Chloe Jamieson. She'll look to come back on the court refreshed from the 3 ball. Let's see what impact Jamieson can make in the meantime. Final minute of the quarter. He taking on Chung. Passes to Reed on the 45. Carr coming through, providing the screen. Provides a bit of daylight to Reed. To no effect at the moment. Deep into shot clock. He goes from the 3 ball. And great shot clock pressure on the defensive end by UWA.
That's a great defensive possession from UWA. Stopping the ball, staying on their feet, and sliding as they're supposed to.
Still 2 plays left in the quarter. Chung. Jameson. Teasdale at the LJ spot. Heaves it over to Mears, who gets it back. Great ball rotation. Continuing that theme from last week with some deep dish pizza into the keyway.
That was a great steal from Jenna in the paint. Yeah. Completely backed down her play.
And great deception as well. Looked like they were looking for the open 3 ball and then dished it into Teasdale, the low post. Had a great seal. Final play. Can he make a difference here? Great defence by Sydney Mears.
Excellent stop. Moved her feet well. Got her hands in the lanes. Nothing easy.
Yeah. No quarter given there from Sydney Mears, creating some Mandurah magic here at UWA Sport and Recreation Centre. Final play, catch and shoot. He puts it up, and it's an air ball to end the first quarter. So that will do it for the first quarter. 25 plays 21 in favour of the La Trobe University Eagles, but the deficit's been cut from about 10 to about 4. So what are your sort of initial thoughts on that first quarter?
Well, firstly, props to UWA for keeping their head up, staying composed, and keeping themselves in the game. They're down by, as you mentioned, almost around 10 points. They brought it back to 4 now, so they're still in the game. Still got 3 quarters to go. One thing that they might need to touch on or improve on moving forward is just securing those defensive boards. The Trobe has done an excellent job of grabbing O boards. It's given them a lot of chances to score the ball. They've gotten a lot of second and third chance points. So moving forward, UWA will need to amend that. But they've been doing an excellent job getting open looks on the offensive end. The shots just aren't falling at the moment.
So the finishing just needs a bit of adjustment there.
Yeah.
Cool. As we have a bit of a break here, we're waiting for the stats to maybe come through from the score bench. See if we can do some further analysis then. While we're waiting though, the score is, here come the stats now. The score is 4 points to the advantage of the Eagles as we head into the second quarter. So to that effect, we'll start with the Eagles. And top scoring for the La Trobe University is Talia, the captain, Talia D'Agostino, with 7 points. What do you make of her field goal percentage? 66 or 2 of 3, 1 of 2 from the 2 ball, and 1 of 1 from the 3 ball.
Been very efficient. That's what happens when you take the right shots, the open looks. If you don't force anything, your shots are going to fall. They're going to be easy to you. So just keep doing that. You'll have a great game.
Also, did make a mistake there. No offense to Talia D'Agostino, but she's been outscored by 1 point by Kayla Vitali, who's 3 from 3 from the field at the moment. You spoke about that efficiency before.
Yeah, definitely. They're taking all the right shots. They're not forcing anything. UWA should look to contain her moving forward.
Good. On the UWA Maali side of things, Jenna Teasdale, no surprise, top scoring with 7 points for the quarter, is 3 or 4 from the field, including 2 of 3 from the 2 ball.
As we mentioned, La Trobe lost a big interior presence. Jenna's definitely capitalizing on that at the moment, scoring the ball well in the paint.
Then we got a 5 points from Maya Demand, who did come down hard and was quite the aggressor early in her minutes. Let's see if she comes back on the court. We hope she's okay. Final stat I want to touch on is points from turnover in that first quarter. La Trobe on 4, UWA Maali on 0.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, and as we saw, La Trobe was putting some excellent pressure in the backcourt as UWA brought the ball up and turned into turnovers, turned into scores. So hopefully UWA takes better care of the ball in the 3 quarters.
I'm sure Keely O'Brien, the 2024 High Performance Coach of the Year, knows how to coach teams to victory. Would have definitely touched on that. David Toluwade, with all his insights here as a colour analyst here at UWA Sport and Recreation Centre. So we get the second quarter underway with La Trobe University. He drives away into the mid-range and a nice little bank off the glass.
That's a strong take. That's a very strong take.
Chung will look to respond for UWA. Finds the right-hand lane open to Teasdale. 2-woman game. Will it work? Almost does. Little bank off the glass doesn't go, but UWA retain possession. Chung passes in again to Teasdale.
Another bucket in the paint.
So this game between Chung and Teasdale seems to pay dividends now for the UWA Maali to eat up these deficits coming from La Trobe University. Let's see how La Trobe respond in Reed. Vitali, shot clock to single figures, double dribble on the play. And that's a shame. She let go of a 3-ball that went straight in. After that double dribble was called, obviously it won't count. But UWA have another opportunity to bring this game within one possession. Shanahan to Chung. Oh, great hand in the lane there from Sarah Carr. And likewise from Chloe Jameson. But Reed comes up with it. To the point. He, open look for 3. Another air ball, unfortunately.
That was a good look. At the same time, that was great hustle from UWA to not allow the easy bucket there.
The transition defense. So you can see it was written all over Claudia He's face after that air ball. Not happy with herself. We'll be looking to amend that on the 3-ball going forward. As Mears with a spin cycle into the keyway. Nice little tap from Chung to Teasdale. Takes a mid-range shot. Comes off the iron. No bucket there for UWA, but Keisha Chung proving very effective in the interior. He passes it off, big 3-ball opportunity, and it's drained by Kayla Vitali.
She has a very quick release. That's someone they need to keep an eye out for, get a hand up.
Yeah, very quick release in the catch and shoot there. Not much time to close out. Jameson now tries to drive left-hand side. Teasdale. Shanahan. Screen provided by Teasdale. Gives her the right-hand lane. Little hook pass into Jameson. Reverse layup goes.
That was a great find from Zoe there. And a great cut from Chloe.
Indeed. And creative play from the UWA Maali as well to get that bucket. 5 points to the advantage of Claudia He and the Eagles. Carr. Nice little roll to the bucket there. Almost looked a bit too easy against Jenna Teasdale.
Saw an opening and just took it. We need to do a better job of sliding our feet there. But that was a great take.
Speaking of taking an opening, almost to be there.
Yeah.
The Chung bounce pass.
Very unlucky to miss that one. That was a great save.
So that ball goes out of bounds, and UWA will come back with the ball. Chung. Quick passes from UWA here. Ends up with Jameson on the 45. Drives right-hand side again. Shanahan for 3. That's the drive and dish you talked about. Didn't quite pay off there for UWA. And they'll get the ball back. As Emily Ezos is debating with the referee that she thought it came off UWA hands, not to be. Creighton now. Spin move. Nice defense from Carr. As the Eagles come back with it. Almost a turnover.
Chloe's been showing some excellent hustle in these last few plays, forcing a turnover on this one.
Yeah, great force of the turnover. Backcourt violation there. She's getting some congratulations from the coach as well. Anwari on the court now. Creighton. Anwari thought about the 3. Shanahan. Nice strength through the keyway.
Very strong take. Way to stay balanced on her feet.
And the bucket dropped. 5 points still the margin. Vitali holding the ball up on the point through the 45. Nice dish off into D'Agostino and a foul on the play as she scores the bucket.
That's some of the great ball movement we saw from Latrobe, especially in the first quarter. They slowed down a little bit to begin this quarter. That was a great find, excellent cut, and a strong play. Let's see if she can convert.
And D'Agostino continuing that theme of showing up on the left-hand side low post.
Yeah, she's been scoring a lot from there, hey.
Indeed, it seems to be her, sort of house in the NCAA when Aerie McDonald played. That was also, they called that area Aerie's house. So now it's Talia's house.
Yeah.
The extra drops. How can UWA respond? Anwari. Great pass into that sort of low post area to Shanahan. Bucket again doesn't drop. D'Agostino comes back with it. Emily Maltzizos. Nice screen from D'Agostino. Opens up, it's like a pick and pop almost. Another screen coming in from Carr. Single figures on the shot clock. Nice bounce pass in. Ooh, great quality play there from the Eagles, but the bucket didn't drop.
That was unlucky there, but Latrobe, some of the players are making some excellent reads off the ball especially, making it easy for the guys with the ball to be able to find them for passes.
And a great example there is Amelia Marinkovic, who found herself underneath the basket, but perhaps just panicked on the finish there. I'm sure she'll get a second chance to get that one right. Jameson comes off the foot there. Creighton calling for it in the low post. Single figures on the shot clock. Demassi's fouled.
2 free throws coming up for Angelina Damassi.
Sarah Carr now with a few fouls. At least 2, I believe, personally.
Going to have to be careful now because she's definitely an interior presence.
Yeah, you don't want your interior presence in foul trouble early
at all
in the game. Damassi makes the first one. The BWA 2025 Volunteer of the Year, Angelina Damassi, has slowly titrated her presence upwards over the weeks in the game, in the scoreboard, and no difference there. The lead is back to 6 points. Alana Steele for the Eagles, pivoting, holding the ball on the 45 or the wing. Big shot from Vitali, comes off the glass. And Anwari comes up with a defensive board. Chung now in transition. Creighton, positioned herself well, but stripped by Vitali, and a whistle on the play. It's a jump ball situation. Possession arrow will go the way of UWA Maali. Aims to take the inbound. Chung. Again, a hand in the play by Sarah Carr. Proving to be a bit of a menace on the defensive end, but picking up fouls as well.
Yeah, they are being very aggressive. It's paying off at times, but it is a gamble, and so you're going to get called for fouls at times. She needs to be careful. She's racking up a couple fouls now.
She might be getting substituted off soon. Someone's arrived on the sub bench for the Eagles. Chung. Nice disruption in the key away from Imogen Eames. Pops herself out to the 3-ball. Fakes it and goes for the teardrop off the front arm. Gets a me-bound as well. Goes down in the key away. Still has the ball. Chung from the mid-range. Nails it.
That was a good find, especially from the floor.
Jeez, from the floor indeed. Imogen Eames coming alive in this game. And we haven't even seen her best from the 3-ball yet.
No, but on that last play, she made the right decision to look attack. Ended up finding someone open, so she's still impacting the game.
Doing the team thing. Great play there as Eagles look to respond in the right-hand lane from Maltzizos. And a whistle on the play as Alana Steele draws the contact and will go to the line.
Nice strong take there.
And make some noise for Maya Manley, who's back on the court after popping a heavy knock in the first quarter.
Great to see her come back in the game.
And she looks raring to go again. Let's see if she continues that aggressive sort of push in the front court.
Yeah, because UWA really need that. They've maintained the game. They've kept it close the whole time. They'll be looking to take the lead, push soon.
Makes the first free throw. And the second. So lead out to 6 points again. Can Keisha Chung make a difference? Going with that spin cycle, almost pickpocketed, almost double-teamed as well. Anwari in the corner. Chung. Demanlig. Trying to post up. Elects to dish it back out to Anwari from the corner, and it comes off the side of the backboard. Vitali now calling for a cutout. Maltzizos. D'Agostino from the LJ spot. Teeters off the rim. Ooh.
Another O board from Latrobe. They're doing a great job of making cuts, especially on the baseline specifically. Finding a lot of open looks from their short corner and the block.
We'll love to see their shot chart at half-time, thanks to the Basketball WA stats bench. Oh, nice hand in the passing lane. Teasdale coming up big on the defensive end. UWA will have another chance to eat up this deficit. A 6-point deficit with 3 minutes and change left in the first half here at UWA Sport and Recreation Centre. Chung finds an open. Mears for three.
Drops the first one of the game. More of those to come.
Yeah. I think Mears has received the memo from Keely O'Brien. Get yourself open on the three ball and drain them. Vitali. Steele. Driving right-hand side. Deep dish pizza to the corner. Even collects the net on the way through. D'Agostino for three. Off the front iron. UWA get a stop here. Chung. Oh, maybe should have gone herself. Extra pass was blocked and stolen by the Eagles. Oh, and there's the same example here on this other end.
Just a bit too unselfish there from Keisha. Sometimes you just got to score the ball yourself.
As a timeout on the floor.
A timeout has been called. And so far it is Latrobe leading by 3 points, 2 minutes 32 remaining in the second quarter.
I believe that's a UWA timeout. Wasn't quite clear from the referee's signal. But the game is within one possession. What do you think UWA need to do coming out of this timeout to sort of level the scores?
I think they've definitely improved on some of the points mentioned in the first quarter. I think now it's just a matter of maintaining poise on the offensive end. Sometimes they're a little rushed, but for the most part, they're getting good looks, dropping a bit more, just taking that next step and taking the lead.
Indeed. David Tolawade with his player analysis here in the colour commentary position at UWA Sport and Recreation Centre. As we're in round 3 action, international round action here in the new Balance University Basketball League. Streaming live and free around the nation on UniSportTV and powered by Sportscast Australia. The court announcer gave us some commentary about international round before the game started. Obviously, UWA home to students on campus from all around the world. And today, it's all about recognising the unique cultures and languages and traditions that make the UWA community and the university landscape so strong. People coming together from all cultural, diverse backgrounds as students working together towards a mutual goal at university. To get this timeout underway, or post-timeout underway, with the Latrobe University Eagles. Moldizos drives away on the left-hand side to the bucket. Doesn't go. As Shanahan comes up with the ball. Oh, terror screen in the middle for Manly. Now gets the ball, fakes away into the keyway and runs into a brick wall. That is Talia D'Agostino.
Back like she never left. She's aggressive from the jump again. Gets to the line.
D'Agostino might have thought to the referee that she got her feet set earlier, but not to be. Manly will go to the line for 2. As D'Agostino subs off for Eleanor Bolans.
That's 1 from 1.
1 from 1 so far. This next one will bring the game within 1 point. And it goes. 2 minutes and change left in the game. Can the Eagles extend the lead and carry some momentum into the half? Vitali, Steele on the 45. Playing a bit of pass back to each other. Step back from Bolans. Doesn't quite go. Steele tries to get the rebound and put it up. It gets blocked by Teasdale under the rim. Vitali for 3. And the air ball gets collected by Steele. Deep into the shot clock now.
Great hands there from Jenna.
Yeah, great defensive pressure, like blocking Steele under the bucket and putting a hand in the passing lane with 2.5 seconds left on the shot clock. Almost a catch and shoot scenario. It gets executed by Bolans to no effect in the moment. as UWA will come back with the ball. Mears with a step back three off the back iron. It's just going to continue, as you touched on before, to put those up. See if more of them drop. Maltezos. Steal for three. Comes off the back iron as well from the corner. Ooh, Maltezos with a hand there. Trying to initiate that spawn trap and get another of those turnover layups.
Yep.
Not to be on that occasion. 1 point in the margin in favour of the Eagles. Can UWA take the lead? Teasdale thought about the three ball. Bounce pass into Demandley. Put her in a bit of... Almost sold her into trouble a little bit there.
That's number 4 for Trobe. 52.3 seconds remaining. UWA Maali.
But there's a foul on the play. So initially I thought that might be a jump ball situation, but the foul's called. And it's 4 team fouls now for the Eagles. Under a minute left though in the half, so not too much implication there. As Sydney Mears looks to drive on the right-hand side. Demandley open for the three ball off the front iron. And it's collected by Vitali in transition. She has Steele to her right. Doesn't use her on the weak side. Goes back to Vitali. Tries a deep sort of looping pass into Bollands in that low post. The Talia's house sort of area we talked about earlier. Except she's not Talia D'Agostino. Couldn't collect it and put it up off the glass. Timeout again on the floor, this time to the Eagles.
Interesting to see what they're going to discuss in this second last possession of the quarter.
Like if you were in Cam Burt's shoes on the side of the Eagles, like what would you be drawing up now? Like, as you said, there's 2 possessions left. What would be the intention to go into the half with?
I think just getting a score and a stop just to kind of shift the momentum just a little bit, because UWA, they've been slowly climbing back even after that little run. And so they might be getting the sense that, you know, they're about to take this game. But just a strong stop just to end the quarter, give them a little bit of a buffer. That's what they'll be looking to do now.
Cool. And do you feel like with the way Latrobe are sort of activating their offense at the moment, do you think that bucket on this end will be a 3 ball or a 2 ball before they try and get a stop at the other end?
I think they'll definitely be looking to score inside. They've been getting a lot of their buckets inside, even though they have been efficient from the 3 as well. But I think scoring from the paint is going to be a lot safer option and a lot more reliable in a situation like this.
Especially with only 2 possessions left in the half. So let's see if that prediction comes true. David Toluade here with all his sort of player analysis and insights in the colour commentary position here. As we close out the half here at UWA Sport and Recreation Centre. Latrobe with the inbound. Vitali. Maltezos. Steele tries to get one in down the baseline. It's still recovered. Bolland step back. Turnaround, sort of hook shot doesn't go. 20 seconds left in the quarter. How can Shanahan respond? Will they look for Mears on the 3? Mears cuts in to the keyway now. Teasdale's open, and a great bank shot off the glass. 5 seconds left. Is there time for an extra bucket? Vitali, they're running out of time, and they don't put it up in time. And that is the end of the half.
Excellent job from UWA. They took the lead just at the very end of the half, the complete opposite of what Latrobe were looking to make happen. So that'll be great for them, give them some momentum going into the second half.
And it's great you touched on in the timeout about Latrobe Eagles sort of trying to shift the momentum against UWA going into the half, but it seems to have gone the other way now with UWA shifting that momentum by getting the basket and the stop. So this is a really positive sort of outcome for UWA going into halftime. That carrying a little bit of the momentum. It's only a 1 point deficit, so still a lot of work to do. But sort of if you're Keely O'Brien or you're sort of on the side of UWA, what are we looking to do coming into the second half?
Just looking to emphasize what they've been improving and working on as the game has been progressing. So they've amended some of the offensive boards that Latrobe was getting. They've secured the defensive rebound. They've done a great job of maintaining their composure on offense, whether to push it in transition or to slow it down. They're doing all the right things. I think it's just a couple little things that might need touching on. So defensive slides, just staying in front of the man, and then just being aware of all the cuts that are going on Latrobe's end. They'll definitely be able to secure the lead and maybe even push it further.
Indeed, yeah. Seems like it. sort of your best sort of offense is your defense sort of in this scenario. As we wait for the stats sheet, it's going to come across now. Unfortunately, there's a half-court shooting competition going on on the floor at the moment, so the stats person is going to have to take the scenic route to us. She's coming over now, though. So after this little stats check, we'll take a quick break. Then come back for the second half. Thank you very much. We'll start with the side of UWA Maali. The top scorer at the moment is Jenna Teasdale, who scored that go-ahead bucket with 5 from 8 from the field, including 4 from 7 from 2.
Just maintaining that interior presence, taking advantage, especially as some of the Trobe players are getting into foul trouble. Looking to score inside is going to be the best on offense for UWA.
Indeed. We saw, I think it was Sarah Carr that may be in a bit of foul trouble at the moment. We're not 100% sure. We could probably check the stats on that. Sarah Carr here does have 6 points and is on 3 personal fouls. So, yes, you can't really foul too much more in the second half. They may rest her. However, the top scorer at the moment for the Eagles is Kayla Vitale on 11, which includes 4 from 6 from the field and 3 of 5 from the 3-ball.
Wow. Really one of the few players knocking down threes for Latrobe. A lot of their points are coming in the paint still, but that's what I mentioned earlier. They are shooting efficiently from 3. It's not like they can't make them, but they're just choosing to go inside the paint as much as possible.
Indeed. And finally, we've got Talia D'Agostino, who is second top on 10 points, and she's been very efficient in the keyway in that sort of Talia's house sort of area that we talk about. 3 from 6 from the field, 2 from 4 on the 2-ball. So as we touched on before, a lot of points coming inside the perimeter for the Latrobe University Eagles. We're going to take a quick break here for Ryan Randolph and David Toluwade, and we're going to come back for some second half action as we are in international round here. So there's some international food up for grabs here in the halftime break, as well as some bubble tea coming through here. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with some second half women's action.
going to the league leaders, 36 to 37. Big third quarter coming up.
Second half about to get underway. UWA leading 38 to 37. Let's see how it goes.
It's time.
Welcome back here to round 2 action in the New Balance University Basketball League between the UWA Maali and the Trobe University Eagles. Hot start to the second half here. 3-ball attempt and then a nice 2-ball inside.
What a great find from Chloe there. Way to push the ball.
As UWA after the start they wanted, they extended the lead to 3 points. Still one possession. Big 3-ball from the 45 attempt and it's drained.
That was a great shot. The Trobe have definitely come out with some intensity as we've seen in these first 2 possessions. Yeah. Come out with some energy looking to cut the deficit.
Yeah. 40 points apiece now. Emily Maltezos with a massive 3-ball to even things up for Latrobe. Teasdale. Jameson. Eames almost thought about the 3. Steep in the shot clock. Mears will go for 3. Doesn't quite drop. A bit of a press, defensive pressure from Eames now. Vitali goes through the left-hand side, almost makes the layup. Defensive rebound from Chloe Jameson. Shanahan. Eames on the point. Jameson looking to slow things down. They're going to start their ball movement around the perimeter again. Teasdale in the mid-range, looking to find a way through. The help comes across. Dish out to the 45 for Mears. The shot clock almost expires.
Unlucky that one didn't drop that. That was still a good shot at the end of the clock.
They're looking for that quality basket or that quality open look. On the other end, Bollands forcing her way through the low post.
That was a very strong move.
Very strong play. We see Bollands and D'Agostino on the court at the same time. I believe that's a first. So real interior presence being played here from Latrobe. How will UWA respond? Jameson. Eames making herself available in the key. Gathers the ball back. Ooh! Accidental foul there. Eames looking to enact some ball security. Accidentally elbowed Kayla Vitali in the face.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Hopefully she is okay.
Yeah. Eames is going to check on her now. There's some good sportswomanship between the players. All in the spirit of basketball here in this international round. Clash. Round 3 action between the Maali and the Eagles. Women's action here as Latrobe bring the ball up the floor with Reed. Goes one way, then goes the other. D'Agostino pushes the ball out to Bollands. Little handoff there. Maltezos. Big 3-ball opportunity. Comes off the front iron for D'Agostino. Reed gets the O-board. Another 3-ball coming from the 45. Again off the front iron for Vitali and a whistle on the play.
The Trobe have remained consistent securing offensive boards. They've gotten a lot of second chance points, as I mentioned earlier, and they're continuing to do that to start this third.
Second chance points definitely a factor. And as we look at the stats in the first half, so second chance points pretty even. So I guess to touch on your point earlier, as a big 3-ball goes up from Chung, doesn't quite go down. Maybe the team in the second half that excels at second chance points could hold the ascendancy in this game.
Definitely.
Drive and double dish as a massive ball goes down for Kayla Vitali.
That was a great shot.
Yeah. Sometimes an extra pass pays off.
And she doesn't hesitate to shoot it at all. Every time she's got the ball, she puts it up straight away. She doesn't even think twice about it.
There's that quick catch and shoot action you touched on earlier. Mm-hmm. Deep in the shot clock is UWA. Demand League drives her own way to the key for a massive layup off the glass.
He's playing amazingly well. The presence is definitely felt, even after that.
Ooh. And Jada Reid finds herself coming out of active camouflage in the low post there. No one saw her for an easy bucket. Defensive transition needs to be touched on for UWA if they're going to eat back the deficit. Unwari. Teasdale into that sort of low block area. Teasdale comes up with it again for her trademark floater.
Nice little jump hook there.
Teasdale proving to be a massive interior factor for the Maali.
It's pretty much automatic in the paint.
It's almost as automatic as Vitali's catch and shoot for the three. Maltezos tries to find Balance in the low post. Chung again disrupting. And almost like an alley-oop style pass into Teasdale. Step through. Oh, big hook on the layup there. Didn't quite go. Transition the other way now. D'Agostino and a nice transition layup to settle things down.
Transition seems to be a theme for Latrobe going into this second half. They've gotten a couple points in transition, so UWA should look to hustle back on defense. Here goes another one now.
Mears trying to get back in defensive transition. We didn't see too much of that from the Eagles in the first half, so maybe a bit of a switch up on the strategy.
Yeah.
Ooh, some hard body contact in the low post. Foul potentially. Oh, no foul called in the play. It's going to be UWA ball. Ari Creighton to bring the ball in.
Kai back in the game now. See if she can stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah, Sarah Kyle. It's second half. It's no surprise it's the second half of the third quarter as well.
Yeah.
She comes back in. How will UWA manage her presence on the court? Crichton in the low post, pivoting. Nice little handoff to Eames. Great strategy there from UWA. Doesn't result in a bucket though, but a steal. Great spawn trap, and this time the two-woman game between Creighton and Eames works.
That was excellent hustle.
100% Carr looking to respond against Teasdale. Oh, great D. As transition coming back the other way. Chung, Unwari puts it up from that sort of short corner low block area. There's a whistle on the play. It will be possession back to Latrobe. As substitutions now happening. Damasi coming back onto the court for the Maali. And it's Amelia Marinkovic coming back onto the court for the Eagles. See if she can pick up where she left off on that corner three, or the sort of opportunities inside. As a hand in that passing lane there from Unwari. Great half-court pressure. Teasdale with a step through. Tries a little hook layup. Doesn't quite go through. And again, the transition basketball from Latrobe.
It's all transition basketball. Not a lot of the points have come in the half court to start this quarter. A lot of it just defensive stops and running.
Wonder if Keely O'Brien will call a timeout soon. We examine offensive end now. Nice little screen by Teasdale, giving Chung some daylight. She almost gets the rebound as well, but it goes back the way of Maltezos. Reid for three. Off the side iron. Carr almost gets the ball on the offensive board, but it goes to Damasi. Chung calling for a horns play. Let's see what they make of this. Teasdale. Eames. Oh, great screen from Jenna Teasdale, giving the daylight to Imogen Eames. Unfortunately, the three doesn't drop. Damasi trying to come back in transition and drawing the contact. Claudia He, and makes the layup for the opportunity for and one.
That was a great two-man game. Very unselfish basketball. And despite all the transition points that the Trobe have been scoring, the deficit has only just now, I reached 5, 7. So they're still in it. They just need to sharpen up a few things and continue as they have been offensively.
They're using Teasdale and Creighton in the paint. But also we're seeing them start to think about defensive transition with Damasi coming back a bit earlier to try and thwart that two-woman game. Almost worked, but not to be on that occasion.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to maybe tidy that up a little bit more.
Need to have a lot more people ahead of the ball in order to get a defensive stop, because it's still a 2v1 or a 2v2 each time.
And no doubt Keely O'Brien talking to her players about exactly that in this timeout.
Yeah, hopefully we see a change coming out of this. Just quickly, Ari Creighton's actually, I think she might be on 4 fouls now.
Ooh.
So she might be out for a moment. That's going to be huge for UWA.
And then if they have the depth to sort of fill her shoes, might have to come down to maybe a Mears or a Jamieson. We'll see. As we're about to come out of this timeout here at UWA Sport and Recreation Centre, it's round 3 action, international round action. Women's action as well between the UWA Maali and the Trobe University Eagles. This game being streamed live and free around the nation on UniSportTV and is being powered by Sportscast Australia. I'm Ryan Randolph here in the commentary position, bringing you all the ones and twos with David Tolawade in colour commentary this morning. The bucket doesn't drop there. And one opportunity doesn't drop. And Demandlik is fouled on her drive away to the bucket.
Stayed aggressive all throughout the game, even after that heavy hit earlier on. It's great to see her out and pushing the ball in transition like that.
Especially as we haven't seen her play in UWA colours for a while, or at all this season until this game. It's good to see her out and about and looking to sort of make an impact. With 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third quarter. So both of those seem to have missed. And a whistle on the play seems to be a foul. Couldn't quite see which player the foul was on. Looking for the paddles of truth from the score bench. They're not coming. But nonetheless, it'll be a Latrobe ball. Claudia He almost losing the handles against Lena Anwari. Arrives at the point now. Bit of a screen from Vitali. Screen and curl. Dishes it back out to Maltzizos on the 3.
Another hit to an open shooter. And they're finding themselves in good positions as well. The shooters are moving as they're supposed to every time the ball enters the paint.
It's a very free-flowing basketball as Jamieson puts a teardrop up in the mid-range. So Latrobe now have a 10-point lead. Still plenty of time left in the quarter for UWA to make an impact. He, extra pass out to the corner. Big 3-ball off the back iron opportunity. Doesn't quite go down. As there's a bit of a tussle in the court now. Ooh. As you pointed out there, David, the player has gone down holding their ankle. So the paramedics now to our left looking to take action, potentially.
That's quite a few falls we've had in this game alone.
Yeah, we had Demandlik in the first half.
Yeah.
And now I'm just trying to look to see who that player is. I can't quite see them at the moment. Looks to be Emily Maltzizos, who was very active in the first half and was looking even more active here in the second half.
She's been excellent all throughout. She's been great at the point, so it's never nice to see someone go down. Hopefully she is all good. She can rest up.
One of your colleagues, Sankara Blumen, when he was on the call with me, he talked about how all the teams want the best players on the court at all times, so it makes the most competitive game. That competitive spirit here in the New Balance University Basketball League, as Maltzizos goes off, being helped off by the captain, D'Agostino, who was almost offering to carry her off as well, in a bit of a Disney princess sort of style position. But politely declining is Emily Maltzizos.
She is walking on that ankle gingerly, but hopefully with some ice, some elevation, she'll be all right.
Yeah. As the ball comes back in via UWA, Shanahan being hassled in the centre court by He. And it forces a turnover. Latrobe have another opportunity here to extend the lead. Carr driving away. Can't find a way through. Dishes it back to Reed on the 3-ball and it bobbles in.
Well, even though they haven't been able to push it in transition, UWA have addressed that. They're still finding great looks in the half court, and a lot of the threes are dropping. So UWA still needs to take it up another level to cut this lead and hopefully see what they can do in the fourth.
Indeed. UWA aren't draining their threes as much. as Latrobe, but that nice little almost reverse layup from the Grave style sort of bucket there from Chloe Jamieson to add another 2 points to UWA Maali's tally. Can they get a stop here as Latrobe come through? Bit of an offensive foul push-off called on Kayla Vitale. So that's the stop maybe that UWA needed. See if they can create another bucket, eat back into this deficit a little bit as we go towards the final quarter. Let's see what they can do. Shanahan, nice little battle here in the midcourt with Claudia He. Nice screen from Damasi, creating some separation. Ball in board now to Manly. The help defense comes across. DeManley rolls to the bucket anyway. Doesn't quite get it, and there's a foul on, I believe, on DeManley against Emilia Marankovic, who should take the inbound. Bit of a sort of committee or conference with the score bench at the moment going on with the referees. I think the outcome of that is that UWA might be in a team foul situation. There we go. 5 fouls comes up on the board now. So Marinkovic is at the line for 2. Misses that first one though. And that's the second. So 12-point deficit here with a minute and change left in the third quarter for UWA. Oh, massive screen in the middle on Claudia He by Maya DeManley. Receives the ball back at the point. Almost found her way through. Trying to give some daylight to Sydney Mears. 2-woman game now. DeManley looking for a way through and gets the and one opportunity.
That was a very great roll and steal from Maya. Excellent 2-man game. And UWA really needed that bucket. See if they can cut it down. Oh, they've cut it down to 10 now. So that's something great going into the fourth quarter.
Indeed, yeah. You want to be in that 10-point bubble. As DeManley really had to force her way through. Hugo weaving her way through those 2 defenders.
Yeah.
As the help came across. Drew the contact and has a chance to convert.
It does just that.
9 points. Now the margin. Marinkovic. Reed goes for 3. Comes off the front iron. Not quite at her percentage. Not quite at her clip that she was against the Watu. See if UWA can take advantage. Mears drives the lane. Almost trickles in the layup there. Great O-board from Jamieson. And now DeManley. Great hustle from the UWA Maali. Shot clock to single figures. Shanahan has to make a move. Dishes it off to Jamieson. She's got to put it up. Mears puts it up, but it's too late, and there's a shot clock violation. And the last play of the third quarter will go to the LTU Eagles.
That was a strong defensive possession from them. See if they can get a score here and extend the lead.
Through Claudia He. Screen from Carr goes under the screen. Carr gets the ball back. Vitale. Carr again in the in the laneway. Almost puts up a volleyball handset, but the bucket doesn't go down. That's the end of the quarter. So nice little stop there for UWA. They didn't sort of allow the Eagles to widen the lead anymore. And they're in that sort of 10-point bubble with the deficit being 9 points. So to bring us home here, David, like what would UWA need to do to sort of finally eat back this deficit and maybe sort of win by a slender margin?
Like we mentioned, they did an excellent job of stopping transition in the latter half of that quarter. A lot of the buckets were coming in transition from Latrobe, and UWA put a stop to that. But what happened next is that in the half court, they started getting picked apart. Latrobe, all throughout this game, they've been doing an excellent job driving, kicking, being unselfish. And so UWA just needs to recognize when it's time to play, fully commit in help defense, or whether they need to stay with the man, because a lot of the time they're overcommitting in help, and it's allowing Latrobe to find these open people on the perimeter. As we saw, there were a lot of threes that Latrobe knocked down in that last quarter. So putting a stop to that, and just, I think, offensively, it's a little tough because they are getting some good shots and they are just not dropping. There's not a lot to improve on from that standpoint, but I think at least if they can start on the defensive end and maybe push in transition, they'll be able to cut into this lead.
It's a great point, actually, David. Like, if the sort of mid-range or the three ball isn't dropping, and maybe the only thing working is searching inside for the two ball off the glass, maybe a good solution is to use Latrobe's solution against them by having that transition basketball be their weapon in this last quarter to try and claim the lead and the ascendancy and eventually the win in this game.
Yeah.
We've just been given the stats. We're going to start with UWA Maali. On 13 points is Jenna Teasdale continuing to be that presence in the keyway, including 5 of 11 from inside.
One thing to note as well, like we just mentioned, Latrobe is shooting about 35% from 3, knocking down 8 from 23, whereas UWA seems to be struggling just a little bit.
Indeed.
So that paint presence is definitely going to be important if they're looking to climb back into this game.
And as you touched on, if they combine like transition basketball with their own paint presence, UWA Maali, they have a chance in this game, but they've got to shut down the three ball from the Eagles as we get underway in this final quarter. UWA Maali versus the Latrobe University Eagles. Let's see how this one closes out. Marinkovic tries to make a move to the corner. D'Agostino. Claudia He drives the right-hand side, tries to put it up, and is blocked by Jenna Teasdale, who the foul is eventually called on. This is a shooting foul. So Claudia He will go to the line as Coach Cambert calls over Kayla Vitale for some instructions coming out of these free throws. The DJ getting involved now. As Claudia He makes 1 from 2 to push the deficit to 10. So UWA get their first chance to really respond in this quarter. Sydney Mears. Great screen from Teasdale. Mid-range from Mears. Comes off the back iron. And Marinkovic with the board.
Another good look. Just unlucky that one didn't fall.
That seems to be the theme of the game for the Maali at the moment. Great looks, but not much is seeming to be dropping. So they do need to change something. As we touched on before, potentially transition basketball. They won't get the opportunity on this occasion. What can they make of this offensive set? Mears on the 45. Another screen from Teasdale to Manley. What can she create? Single figures on the shot clock. Oh, and a great vision there to pass into Jameson, but just outbodied by D'Agostino for the turnover. Transition basketball now from the Latrobe University Eagles, and another bucket for Kayla Vitale. Lead out to 12. Still plenty of time left in the quarter. What can UWA create? Mears dishes it off. Shanahan on the 45. Teasdale. Jameson low in the shot clock. Puts up a mid-range and it comes off the glass. Again, shot clock pressure and defensive pressure paying off for the Eagles. But speaking of defensive pressure, Mears with a nice little steal. Teasdale. They can't convert again. And more transition for Latrobe in the form of Marinkovic into Vitale for another bucket.
That's tough because when you're expending that much energy offensively, trying to hustle, get O boards, you're going to be tired. You saw it just then. UWA struggled to get back on defense.
That fatigue setting in as well. Spin move now. Mears gets her own pass. Big three-ball opportunity for Jameson. Comes off the back iron. Oh! And it hit the top of the backboard and then dropped in, so the bucket's waved away. Just when everything's going against UWA Maali in terms of the three ball, one finally drops, but it's off the top of the backboard.
That's really unfortunate. Hey, maybe because she saw that one go in, she'll start knocking a few more down now, so hopefully that helps them a little bit.
Might have built a little bit of confidence there for Jameson, knowing that it can at least go in.
Yeah.
7:30 left in this game. Let's see how UWA can respond to this onslaught. From Latrobe, big NBA triple opportunity for Jada Reid. Bit of a smile on her face as well. An unofficial heat check there. As UWA have a chance to respond. Ooh.
Got pushed in the back there.
Yeah. Seemed a little bit cheeky on the side of Claudia He. The captain D'Agostino letting her know about it as well. Bit of a wry smile between the players. As UWA to inbound it. Eames to Chung on the 45. Eames goes with the screen. Creighton's free on the 3 ball, and it's rare air for Ari Creighton as well. So again, to your point earlier, there's some great open looks, great quality open looks happening for the UWA Maali. Just the finishing is not there.
Yeah, neither team is really forcing much at all. It's just a matter of who's converting better, and at the moment it's been Latrobe.
As Reed gets her own rebound off the 3 ball, and an easy pass into Bolans, who has a massive smile on her face, running back. Little bank shot off the glass. The Latrobe feeling quite comfortable now in this last quarter. Let's see if UWA can spread back some discomfort. Chung gets her pocket picked. D'Agostino, the captain, to Reed in transition. And another layup. That seems to be the theme of this quarter, David. Transition layups, left, right and centre for the Eagles.
Yeah, that fatigue definitely setting in for UWA. Even if they touched on the defensive transition previously, it's regressed just a tiny bit now. So Trobe definitely taking advantage of that.
The lead is quite large. Unwari for 3, drains a massive statement bucket and a massive uplifter for the UWA Maali.
That was a big shot. They need to see that one go down.
Oh, and a great response straight away from Amelia Marinkovic. She's been looking for that all game.
Yeah, there's no better way to respond with a 3 than with another 3. So silence the UWA bench a little bit. Lost them some of the momentum. You see Latrobe getting another steal.
Yeah. Another transition bucket.
Oh, and there actually. Yeah, great stop. A couple more of those needed.
Yeah. Maybe the second half of the quarter could prove to be vital on that end for the UWA Maali. What can they do here to eat back some of this deficit, put some respectability on the scoreboard? Chung with a massive amount of daylight on the 3. Doesn't go down. Unwari with the board. And it's turned over to Latrobe, who will come back in offense again. D'Agostino to Reed. Reed driving through the lane. Puts it up. Comes back off the glass. Imogen Eames now trying to hurry the ball in transition and loses the handles, unfortunately. She's not happy with herself there. Her reaction told the whole story. As Jada Reed looks to slow it down with Claudia He. Oh, time to get a massage on that 3 ball. And it comes off the back iron. But it stays with D'Agostino. Marinkovic. He. Tempo slowed down here. Step back 2, but it goes in. And a timeout on the floor from Keely O'Brien. A very appropriate timeout as the lead is blown out to 20 points.
Yeah. 4 minutes left, 20-point deficit. You have to make a change now, and it has to be quick.
Indeed. And if you were making that change, David, like what changes would you make?
It's very hard to say because a lot of the lead has come from transition yet again, and that's purely because of the fatigue that UWA might be feeling at this moment. I think with the effort that they're putting on offense, seeing some of the shots not fall, hustling for O boards, and then maybe just coming out unlucky on some of the gambles they've been taking, it's allowed Latrobe to capitalize on the transition opportunities. So it's very hard to say what specifically they can change because they are putting in the effort. It's just not bringing about the results they're hoping for.
And it may be like that at this point, if they're putting in the effort and they can't put in much more effort due to the fatigue you talked about, it could be about running this game out and really trying to extract the best they can from this last 4.5 minutes, run their plays, but try and run maybe some creative plays as well, something so they can have some sort of positives coming out of this into the next clash, if this deficit is indomitable at the moment. Let's see what Keely O'Brien draws up, though, this last sort of 4 minutes and 30 seconds of the game for UWA Maali. See if they can respond to this 20-point lead held by the Latrobe University Eagles. That battle continues in the midcourt. Shanahan versus Claudia He. Screen now by Maya DeManley. Puts up a floater. Doesn't go. Almost gets a me-bound as well, but it will go back the way of Latrobe University. Marinkovic sort of started to work her way into the game in the second half. Great deep dish.
What a pass.
Great pass in the Bolans. And an interception now from the captain, D'Agostino. Bolland's again in on the play. Claudia He. Bolland's passes out to Alana Steele. Puts up a mid-range. Doesn't quite go down. Shanahan now calling out the plays, looking to slow the tempo down. She takes on Marinkovic on the point to Manley. Fakes the bounce pass through. Jameson now driving left-hand side, mid-range floater. Doesn't quite go down. The Eagles now, Latrobe. Through Alana Steele. Holds her dribble, passes it off to the captain, D'Agostino. Marinkovic. Nice searching pass into Steele in the keyway, and there's a foul called on the play.
I think UWA's point of emphasis out of that timeout was maybe focusing on getting defensive stops, having good defensive possessions, and then slowing it down just a little bit on offense. We've seen them try to get through their sets on these last two possessions a little bit more. Hopefully it works out for them in these coming final few minutes.
It looks like they are running through their defensive and offensive plays. This is positive signs for UWA. Let's see what they can conjure in this last 3 minutes. Nice mid-range pass and shot by Latrobe. That is number 5, Sarah Stafford, almost making that mid-range there. And Stafford hand in the passing lane again, so immediate impact, having come back on the court. That's kind of what you want from your bench players as well.
You need to bring some energy off the bench, for sure.
Good, are we putting a finger back in?
Claudia He's now coming to the paramedics position. Some talk about putting her finger back in where it belongs, so a bit of an injury there. 3 ball from the corner. Doesn't go. Maya Manley coming back. UWA. Mears takes a 3 ball attempt from the 45. Off to Iron. O-board from Teasdale. Nice little turnaround hook.
She had an excellent game.
Yeah, Teasdale's definitely been a standout for UWA Maali. Great hustle play by Jameson and D'Agostino. On the sideline there, the foul called. Jada Reid will come back in for the captain, D'Agostino. Sarah Stafford's been up and about for Latrobe since coming back on the court, showing positive signs from their bench.
Definitely. That's something that's helped them all throughout, you know. Their bench is very deep. They always have guys who can come on and score, come on and get a stop, and impact the game in all sorts of ways. So it's a very well-rounded effort from Latrobe. It's been great today.
A great close out there on Alana Steele's 3 ball from the corner by Chloe Jameson, but ball is back with the Eagles. Single figures on the shot clock now. Stafford dishes it out to Reid. Low in the shot clock, hooks it up from mid-range, comes off the back iron, and Sydney Mears will look to score a layup in transition. Oh, and stripped by Marinkovic. There's a whistle on the play there, waiting for a call.
Substitution time for UWA.
The Trobe have been excellent getting hands in passing lanes and even picking some loose balls from UWA even while they're dribbling it all throughout this game.
And picking
they've been very disciplined. Exactly that, yeah.
Indeed. There was no foul on the play, though. It was just out of bounds off hands. UWA get it back. Teasdale looking for a trademark again. Doesn't quite make that one. Latrobe come back now. Reid, almost pickpocketed by Anwari. On the point now, dishes it off to the corner. Nice little seal by Steele. Say that 10 times. Seal by Steele. In the low post, she's fouled. She'll go to the line for 2. Also, again involved in that play is Sarah Stafford, dishing the ball in from the corner.
It's been everywhere.
I'm not looking at the sheet at the moment, but she must be studying occupational therapy with how she's playing at the moment. And no, she's studying a Bachelor of Wildlife and Conservation Biology, so I'm definitely off the mark on that one.
Just a little bit.
But nonetheless, great occupational therapy by Sarah Stafford to the rest of her teammates since she's come back on the court, as that free throw has been made. Chung. Back to Chung now. What can she conjure up here? A minute and change left. Damasi from the corner and drains it.
Finally, he's got a jumper to go down. Maybe a little too late, but it would be something definitely they're happy with going into the next game and building fun.
100%. That is maybe a gem they've come up with there. I'll get back to that in a second. As Steele has the ball, rolls to the bucket, and makes an unimpeded layup.
Nice little pump fake there.
I guess that pump fake would have opened up the opportunity for her as Chung almost gets the ball taken off her. Now Creighton gets the ball taken off her by Marinkovic, who tries to dish it in to Vitali, but too much dip on the chip. Now the inbound of Damasi, I want to have a quick note about her. UWA Maali might have found a rare gem here in terms of involving Damasi more from the 3-ball, as she started the only player that sort of drained them in recent memory.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely nice to have someone who can knock them down as consistently as she does. I feel like today was just a little bit of a rough outing for the team as a whole because they can shoot it. They're not bad shooters by any means. Just unfortunate not to see it go down as much as they would have liked today.
100%. A lot of high quality shot and opportunity choices, a lot of open looks for UWA.
Yep.
Just there's been just that cellophane on the bucket until players like, as there's a foul called on Demand League. I believe that's going to be the 5th team foul now, so Alana Steele will go to the line. But, Lena Anwari, I think, made another statement 3-ball earlier in the third quarter, and then Damasi in this one. So Keely O'Brien could be looking in future games to those shooters from the perimeter. Maybe let Sydney Mears et al. Go to work on the inside. As a second, both free throws are made. Second last play of the day. Under 30 seconds left. What can Chung create here? So to bring back this deficit a little bit. Anwari. Last little cross dribble. Shoots from the mid-range. Comes off the back iron. Tries to get her own rebound. Hustle play from Anwari. 12 seconds left. Can they create another opportunity? Chung. Anwari again involved. Kick out to Demandlik. Thought about the 3-ball. Goes for the little trickle boast of the glass. And a great putback to end the game from Ari Creighton.
Great hustle, great energy. Great that they didn't stop playing regardless.
100%, yeah. Never stop playing, even in the face of defeat. And that was a great sort of final play in the face of defeat for the UWA Maali, and great positives to take for them into next week's clashes. However, the result today, 82-60 in favour of the La Trobe University Eagles women's team. Congratulations to them. Dominant victory here, win by committee almost, spreading of the wealth in totality for the LTU Eagles.